Hi, this is William Siebler with SEOmelbourne1.com, and I'm making this short video today because when I was researching for a US attorney client, I discovered that there's some wonderful videos that many companies have had made for them by Findlaw marketing and have paid very good money for. But the problem is that these videos are really not bringing in the clients to these businesses that the businesses deserve to be getting. Now, I'm going to take you step by step through this and just show you exactly what I found. So now that I'm going across to YouTube, I'm going to type in Findlaw to get the Findlaw channel. And where's the one with the videos? Just here. Okay, so I'm going to go into the Findlaw channel. Now you can see that there are a huge number of great looking videos in here for a range of different attorney niches. In fact, nearly 4,000 videos here. But the problem is, let's go and have a look at some of these videos. So I'll click on Browse Videos in YouTube, and then I'm going to sort them by oldest to newest. Okay, now some of these videos here have been up in the Findlaw channel for 5 years. Now if you have a look here, 153 views, 452 views, 177 views. Some of them are even less, 119 views. These are not the number of views that your video needs to be getting over a period of time that lasts for 5 years. So the thing that I'm saying here is that these are wonderful videos, and potential clients who saw these videos are very, very likely to want to give your practice a call and potentially become a client. But something needs to happen in order to get these videos in front of a bigger audience. And that is what I want to show you next. So I'm going to pick this video here at random, and this is for a Phoenix attorney. Now I'm not going to play the video because I'm on the screen, and that can make things go a little bit funny. So, Phoenix attorney, criminal defense lawyer, Arizona. Alright, what we'll do is we'll go over to Google, we'll search for this, see what comes up. Now, I need to change the country here to the US because I'm based in Australia. Now, let's have a little look and just see what we see on page 1 of Google. Page 1 of Google, no videos. Page 2 of Google, still no videos. Page 3 of Google, still no videos. Now I'm going to go as far as page 4 and then to page 5. Now bear in mind that 98% of searches don't even go to page 2. In fact, people in my industry often joke that the best place to hide a dead body is on page 2 of Google. And I'm sure that you know from your own searches on the web that that is absolutely true. Okay, so we're on page 5 and we see some videos. This one is on a lawyer's website, this one is on YouTube. So let's go and have a look. Now that's not on the Findlaw channel. Okay, let's just go up and have a look at the video search function on Google. See if we can find anything that's in the Findlaw channel. You can see there's a user here, Ricky Hellman, who may be familiar to some of you, who's obviously uploaded a lot of videos. Nothing there. Okay, we get to page 2 and we see this one. Now let's go back and check. I think that was the video we saw a moment ago. So it's the WeingartLawFirm.com, and here we go. Okay, so the really interesting thing about this is they've got this great video. It's not showing up in the web search results, which means it's not going to bring you any clients. If it was to show up in the web search results, this video is absolutely fantastic as a lead generation tool for any attorney, and can potentially bring in a lot of clients. So the solution to this is to basically set up a dedicated channel on YouTube for your attorney business. If you don't already have one, or if you do, then basically the optimization of the marketing of that channel needs to be really strong and done in exactly the right way so that your video is appearing on page 1 of Google and you can bring in a whole lot of new leads. Also bear in mind that when you do a video of the quality that these videos are, the people that come to your website are partially pre-sold on doing business with you. That's really important. There's a trust, there's an authority, there's a much greater conversion rate for people who come into your website via a video. And the other thing that you'll notice is if you're on page 1 of Google, a video in the search results really stands out. So even if it's not number 1 on Google, a video can still generate a huge amount of clicks. Now let's just continue this example and have a very quick look at how much traffic this business is missing out on. So I'm going to go across to the Google AdWords tool, and I'm going to look at how often search terms related to this business are typed into Google. Take this information with a grain of salt. It's from Google, it's reasonably accurate, but it's not exact. Now I'm going to sign in, because when I sign into Google I get much better information than when I'm not signed in. So bear with me a moment while I do that. Okay, so it's signing into Google AdWords now. Waiting. Sometimes the internet is very slow. I'm going to go, okay, here we are in the keyword tool. I'm going to change the match type to exact, turn off broad. I'm going to make sure that I've selected the United States as my country. I'm going to paste the keywords from that video in, and I'm going to hit search. And what Google's going to do is it's going to give me the approximate search volumes for how often terms related to that are typed in. Now, as you might expect, no one actually types in that phrase, but what they do type in, I just want to turn on some more information here because I want to look at the cost per click and the search trends information. Okay, so you can see Phoenix criminal defence lawyer, 260 times a month. That is 260 highly targeted and relevant potential leads for that business. AZ defence lawyer, you see much smaller. And you can scroll down here, Phoenix criminal attorney, 390. Now have a look at this cost per click over here, $92, $87. Now what I'm going to talk to you about later in this video is actually a way that you can get your Findlaw video onto page 1 of Google, and it's not going to cost you anywhere near as much as buying 10, 20, 30, 40 of those clicks a month might cost you. In fact, the setup fee is only going to be $497, but that's something that we'll talk about a little bit later. Okay, so let's grab one of the more popular search terms. Let's try Phoenix criminal attorney. Okay, so I'm going to go back to Google and change my search to web, and I'm going to go Phoenix criminal attorney. Okay, Phoenix criminal attorney. Alright, let's just check to see if there's any videos. Again, no videos. Page 2, I'm going pretty quickly. No videos. Okay. Page 3, no videos. Page 4, no videos. I'll go as far as page 5, even though no searcher ever would do that. Page 5, no videos. Okay. This firm here is missing out, as we saw, on hundreds and hundreds of potential leads every month. There's this wonderful video here that people have paid good money to have produced, and it's really not doing anything at all to bring new business in. So now I want to talk about a solution to this profound business problem, and you see there's 4,000 videos in here. Nearly all of them have the same problem in that they don't show up on page 1 of Google. The solution to the problem that I've got available, and it's only for a limited number of attorney clients, and it's only one client per niche per location. So if you're a Phoenix attorney, criminal defence attorney in Phoenix, we will only work with one criminal defence attorney in Phoenix. We won't work with any others. So the first to take this offer up gets it, and so long as you remain a client with us, we will not work with any of your competitors. Okay, the solution to the problem is this. We will take your video from Findlaw and we will create a dedicated and optimized channel on YouTube. The channel will be designed to rank on page 1 of Google. We will put the video in there. We will do everything that is required to get that video onto page 1 of Google. Now, obviously, the attorney and lawyer niche is fairly competitive, so this isn't an instant results process, and I certainly don't want to promise you that. But what I will say is that getting videos onto page 1 of Google is actually much quicker than trying to rank a website in nearly every case. Now, the interesting thing about the solution that I've got to offer you is that it is very low cost initially, very low risk. My business will take the majority of the risk. There are so many services out there that promise the world and deliver nothing, and there are people who spend thousands and thousands of dollars a month on marketing services and get very little in return. As you can see, anyone who's invested in the Findlaw video is basically getting very little traffic to their business in return, but they've got a fantastic business asset in their video. So my service is just $497 setup fee. $497 setup fee. And all that does is that covers the initial setup, the creation of the channel, moving the video in, getting everything set up. Okay? Then basically we work and we work and we work as long as it takes to get your video onto page 1 of Google. Once your video is on page 1 of Google, then there is a negotiated monthly fee that is payable to keep that video there. And bear in mind, there is a lot of ongoing work that goes into keeping your video on page 1 of Google. When you think about exactly the returns that you're going to get from that asset, they're huge. One client is going to more than pay for the service on a monthly basis. Now, if this is something that you think you may be interested in, you can visit seomelbourne1.com. That's SEO Melbourne, MELBOURNE1.com. There'll be a link below this video. Click that, go across, put your details in, and we will take a look at your video, we'll take a look at your business, your keywords, do all of that research for you, present you with a proposal where, as I said, we basically take the majority of the risk. There's a small setup fee of $497, and there are no other fees payable until the video is on page 1, where it's going to be bringing you leads and clients. So click the link below right now if you're at all interested. Lock your position in. We will not work with any of your competitors if you are the first to take up the offer. This offer is going to go to ultimately everyone on Findlaw who has videos that aren't on page 1 of Google, so I encourage you to act quickly. It's a genuine offer. We take the majority of the risk, and you will get yourself a video on page 1 of Google in front of hundreds or potentially thousands of leads month after month after month. And the fees compared to the cost of advertising on Google are very small. Also, the return on investment that you'll get from even one client is going to far outweigh anything that you will pay us on a monthly basis. Thank you very much for watching the video. I look forward to welcoming you on board as a client.